Black Professionals Association was birthed around 1979, 1978. And it was the brainchild of William K. Wolfe, who was the executive director or the president CEO of the Urban League of Greater Cleveland. And it was his idea to put together a group of young professionals to come together and support the Urban League in some of its endeavors, but also to provide a huge networking context for a lot of the professionals at that time in the community.
Avenues and opportunities for African Americans were probably not nearly as plentiful as they are today. And so there was a need for Black professionals to come together, to sort of let's coalesce and to share ideas, to network, to exchange maybe work environments, and just to talk and determine how they themselves maybe had achieved what they had achieved and to share it with others and pass that on. I think I'm safe in saying that Ed Young probably was the heart and soul of BPA.
Under the presidency of Ed Scott Young, we decided that it was time to lift up African Americans in the greater Cleveland community.
Ed had a passion for young people, and I think it was exemplified in his coming up with the idea to celebrate a Black Professional of the Year.
It's done it from its inception. It's lifted up the people who have stepped out and dared to take on challenges in the community, sometimes being criticized for it, but doing it because it was necessary. And so this organization filled that void. And as a result, it provides role models for younger African Americans to look up to and say, if they can do it, I can do it. And I think that's extremely important.
Later on down the line, what happened is that also we put together a once-a-year annual event that would honor a well-known African American in our community.
We set about putting together a program to recognize Bertram Gardner for his contributions and also to use the money that we raised for scholarship for African American youth.
We've given probably scholarships to over 600 students in the Northeast Ohio area. And approximately we have raised about $2.6 million. Sometimes it might have been the difference between them going to college or continuing in college. They may have reached a point where the funds had run out. And I think these scholarship funds that they received from BPA probably meant a great deal to them.
When I received that scholarship from BPACF, it was right on time. I was praying and trying to figure out how I was going to continue my education. I graduated from Shaw High School, 18 out of 418, grew up in a single parent home, so I just knew that I was going to have a lot of financial aid or scholarships coming in, and it didn't quite go that way.
It was an opportunity and a challenge. An opportunity as far as the benefits, the financial relief that it brings, and a challenge to be able to reassure the foundation that the aid they were giving was going to serve its purpose.
Not only do they provide you with a scholarship, but they provide you with a professional mentor, which is something that every student should have and they should understand. On your own, there's only so far that you're going to ascend. It's necessary for someone else to reach back and help you ascend those stairs. And that's the vital importance of mentorship.
Mentoring is critical. 17 years ago, I was matched up with my first mentor, Glenn Shoemate, who is now, as of today, still mentoring me. And during that time, he helped me with my professional development as well as my personal development.
It's evolved. It's evolved from what it used to be to an organization that absolutely now has a concrete foundation and has become a basis for which young people in this community look for scholarships. So that's a great thing.
Every now and then there's a program that looks beyond just what you are academically, beyond what you are just as a number on the paper. They look at who you are as an individual and your character and what your needs may be. Knowing there's an organization that just cares about you as a person and wants to contribute and assist you as an individual, it's invaluable.
With young people, particularly a lot of young people in the African American community whose families don't have the economic resources to guarantee that they go to college, they have to know that if they work hard, if they sacrifice, that they can go on to higher education. And if the organization is making that available to them, then obviously when they complete their education, they're going to be indoctrinated with the concept and philosophy of giving back to the community. And that's what this organization is all about.
And I have one of my favorite African proverbs, which says, if you want to go somewhere fast, you go alone. But if you want to go somewhere far, you go together. And it's tempting for a lot of our brilliant minds to reach for those stars that they dream of single-handedly. And you might fail to realize that with the right amount of support and with the right amount of companionship, you could have the whole galaxy sitting at your feet. And I believe that the BPACF is a support system with that kind of value.
It's imperative that organizations such as BPACF or others continue to reach out to our young students, because they need to know that there are professionals that are invested in their development and that will be responsible for them becoming those professionals that in turn will reach back to the next generation of students.
Education is at the heart of what we do. We will continue to invest in lives and impact futures through providing higher education opportunities. We will also collaborate with regional partners and institutional anchors to ensure that students are nationally competitive, academically, and prepared to lead in the future.